interested in this scenery, cultural heritage, and history, in an area of Canada absolutely in love with the sport of mixed martial arts. And that's exactly what they're going to get tonight as the #1 show in Canada visits for an outstanding night of mixed martial arts cage fighting. Hey everybody, Jay Adams alongside with North American champ Terry Riggs and W1 insider Adam Reid. Guys, Canada is absolutely in love with the sport of mixed martial arts. We all know that. They prove it time and time again with their attendance. And you know what? The province of Nova Scotia is certainly no exception to that rule. So let's talk about that East-West thing going on. We do have a fight on the card tonight where there is an East-West rivalry going on. We got Mcgrath and Ryan Mahan at 170, and there is some, there was some fun banter going back and forth at the weigh-ins.
If I tell you Alberta versus Nova Scotia, those who are watching this at home will probably say, "What? Huh? I don't get what he's talking about." That's New York versus inside Los Angeles. This is East versus West at its finest. Two fighters who want to represent each coast to coast. Ryan Mahan on the West Coast and Matt Mcgrath here. He's off 2 bad losses, unfortunately, against Joe Goulet, Paul Patrick. He's a guy who is hungry. He wants to win this fight. I caught up with Matt Mcgrath. I talked to him, and he is poised. He's ready. And ironically enough, this is going to be a great showdown with regards to submissions, because 75% of Ryan's wins come through way of submission, and 50% come through Matt Mcgrath. This is East versus West. Does this mean that East will be better than West, or West is better than East? Absolutely not. But I'll tell you one thing. Bragging rights are on the line for a long time to go.
All right, Terry, Ryan Mahan coming off that controversial decision with George Brito. What is Ryan Mahan's mindset right now? His headset, please. What's his mindset right now as he goes into this fight?
He's changing the weight division. 155 to 170. He's fighting the 155 fight just too much. He found the weak in the latter round. Brito fight hard. Weight cut. That's the sound. 170 seems to be his weight class. Now I know Mr. Mcgrath is a chef. He'll look aggressively for victory tonight.
Nice one, Terry.
I think Mahan has fought the tougher fight. And a lot of times it comes down to which one's going to win. It's like Sam, rough Sam.
All right, a very exciting main event. We got the East-West Coast rivalry going on. This main event, Fred the Grim Rogers is in the house. This is a guy who fought in the biggest MMA show in television history when he fought Fedor Emelianenko on CBS. He's going to be fighting Ruben Villarreal, who is no stranger to big fights. This guy's been in the cage with some big names: Dan Severn, Boss, Rico Rodriguez, just to name a few. It's like a who's who of heavyweights out there. And so Ruben Villarreal is not going to shrink from this task.
No, absolutely not. Brett Rogers brings 2 things to the table with regards to W1. Number one, it sets W1 apart. It is the showcase that W1 is the premier mixed martial arts organization in Canada. And the second thing that it brings to the table is a lot of knowledge and insight with regards to Brett Rogers. Not too many guys, Jay, Terry, you can attest to this, not too many guys will go 10-0 in their first 10 fights professionally, lose their next 2, and then take a step back to say, what went wrong? How can I change this? How can I get back? And Ninja Rue, of course, tonight will also be on the card. We'll also be facing that kind of obstacle moving forward. But what's important to remember is I had a chat with Brett and I talked to Brett. I said, Brett, who is the Brett Rogers I'm looking at now compared to the Brett Rogers 6 months ago? You know what he said? He said, Adam, I got rid of the emotional vampires. I got rid of the negativity in my life. The guys are inflating my ego. I'm here to fight. I want to be humble. But he's got quite the opponent with Real in front of him.
Yeah, now that's a scary opponent. Brett Rogers with a clean head. This is going to be very scary. But I'll tell you what, Ruben Villarreal, he will not shrink from this. This is a guy who's been in some very, very tough fights. What's going on for Ruben right now? A lot of guys say, hey, he's a bit of a journeyman. He's an older guy. He's been in a lot of fights. But this is a guy who is always dangerous.
Well, position tonight, we just want you to know the match. Brett Rogers from the largest broadcast in the world. And so, I'm looking forward to the 2 large giant quarterback. They're just smashing each other. It's going to be a stand-up for worth participation for the whole night to get to. Nobody doesn't like it. The 2 giant heavyweights smash each other in the head. That is a part of our sport, and we love it.
These guys are absolutely monsters. 2 really big guys. They both fought on record. is saying they are going to stand and train. All right, we have a lot of other great fights on the card for you. Let's get it started. It's Warrior 1, Mcgrath.